Hello everyone, it is I, Pioneer, with another Monica review. This right here is the Kampfer Amazing from Gundam Build Fighters. This right here is Meijin Kawaguchi's primary machine that he uses during the 10th Gunpla World Tournament, created by the PPSE, which is the sponsor of Meijin Kawaguchi. This is the Gundam team that creates this machine for him for the tournament. It's a very, let's call this machine. This is also based on the Kampfer that we got to see in Mosu Gundam 0080, War in the Pocket, against when we get to first see it. It takes out the entirety of Scarlet Team, which, let me tell you, I still have issues with that one, but that's fine. Surprise attack coming from the ground is a whole other thing. And eventually gets defeated by Dialects. But we see a different outcome here during the entirety of that World Tournament, when Meijin Kawaguchi gets to pilot the Kampfer Amazing and show off what it can really do. This is also one of my oldest Gunplas I built. I'm pretty sure this is right here is my third or fourth Gunpla that I built in my entirety. Maybe fifth. Because my original two before this, no, but yeah, because the original four that I built before were the Tri-Burning, the G-Portant, Dark Matter, and the Estrella Type F. This was number 5. This is also technically, for me, my very first non-Gundam that I ever built. And from there, I built, well, way more non-Gundam units. But with that out of the way, let's go with everything the Kampfer Amazing comes with. And we're back, and this is everything the Kampfer Amazing comes with. First things first, let's look with the Kampfer Amazing first, looking at the machine right here. Though I will say I do apologize for how my machine looks. As you can see right there, there's still a little bit of nub marks and whatnot, and detailing work that needs to be fixed. This is a Gunpla I painted and slash customized back when I first started doing Gunpla, so there's going to be things that are going to need to be a work in progress. As you can see right there, there's some runner marks that are still there and whatnot, and some painting that needs to be cleaned up, but overall, look, it's a pretty looking machine. It still looks pretty nice. Though I will say, after this review is done, I'm probably going to be working on this guy again, cleaning it up, cleaning some of the paint works, and clean up the nub marks that I kind of left off from my younger years when I started building Gunpla. But overall, Kampfer Amazing looks phenomenal and still nice, despite my younger years. My younger self still beginning in Gunpla. I mean, there's still a lot of things I could do on this. Oh, definitely I can do on this. Overall, pretty nice. Got backpack right here, back sources right there. Overall, pretty nice. You can see where I did a lot of earlier painting work on the sources and all that when I'm with my younger self. And then a little bit in some of the gray here with some of the neat parts that I try to get a little bit more customizing. Overall, Kampfer Amazing still looks pretty nice. A very, very fine machine, despite its age. And going from the Kampfer itself, let's go with weaponry. First things first, the what I will call modular system. We got the amazing pistols. These right here are one of the primary weaponry for the Kampfer Amazing. And when I mean modular, because Bandai didn't really care for making different kinds of weaponry, like the rest of the amazing weaponry, so decided to modularize this. So it was the pistol. You basically attach this piece right here, which is basically a hollow piece right here, but it's meant to be the amazing submachine gun that the Kampfer Amazing uses for rapid fire. You attach the pistol right here into it right there, and boom, now you have the amazing submachine gun. And yes, everything in this thing and the Kampfer Amazing's weaponry is called amazing something. I did look it up. If you think I'm lying, well, mostly everything is called amazing. There's the knives that are technically not called it. And then from the amazing submachine gun, we got the amazing rifle, which is basically this attachment right here to make it for long range, and you attach it right there, and boom, now we got the amazing rifle or long rifle, depending on how you're going to call this. What's it called? And technically speaking, there's another version of this, which I think is the longer rifle, which is a sniper rifle version. But this right here is for the long range, when the Kampfer Amazing needs to do a sniping position and take out somebody from long range. If you remember during the, what was it, episode 10 or 11 of Build Fighters, where Meijin Kawaguchi kind of used this to shoot the feet of the perfect grade Zaku that was attacking Sei and Renji and everybody else, to give it a little bit edge to them to like survive the battle. Overall, it's pretty nice modular. I kind of wish Bandai could have just what's called made the weaponry separately, but I don't mind this too much. But it's still pretty good. It's pretty good gimmick and all that. I could do a little bit better on the nub work, which I am going to do later on. Fix a lot of these because, oh my god, I've seen all the nub works, the nubs, and it's like, younger me. Not as much as professional as like I am now. Then we have here, I'm going to call them the Amazing Blades, but technically speaking, these are called Tonfas. These right here are secondary close range weaponry, or his physical weaponry. That what's called you can use. It's a pair of these. I have no clue if these are heat related. I'm assuming they're probably heat based since most of the mobile suits technically are heat based weaponry, but I'm pretty sure not because I don't think in the show I ever saw them being heat based. But you get two of these. They're pretty nice. They get stickers themselves with the yellowing right here. What's it called? But overall, pretty nice. And then we have the manipulators, which we see right here. We have two closed hands right here, which are always what we see right here with two closed palm hands. We also have two trigger hands, so you could dual wield your weaponry. And then last but not least, we have the one open hand, which is the left hand, for when you go into like rifle mode or sniper mode, and you want to hold the rifle with your other hand. Then last but not least, we have the amazing binders. These right here are basically where you store the weaponry. To open this up, it's a little bit actually easy. They kind of made it easy. So we just clip this up here. And then all this opens up, no problem at all. And you see that's the inside of this. No problem at all. And then you just stuff the weaponry like this. There's no problem at all. And you can stuff the weapons. If you want to do all of them together, you can just, what's it called? Just connect them back up. If you don't want to have the machine hold them during the battle times, or you just want to keep it in stasis mode, you can have the weaponry to hold them like this. No problem at all. Close the container back up. And now the weapons are stored, and in the show, what's called, these can be fired. So technically speaking, you can be running around roaming in the backside right here. So the backside contains weaponry. Attached to something like this. And then once it's there, boom, it's attached. And if you want to, you can attach these and fire them. Overall, that's pretty great. Overall, pretty good, decent amount of weaponry. The only thing I would say, this is the base Kampfer. There is, and like most of the old Bill Fighter kits, an option set for this. I don't remember what it's called, but it's an option set for this that comes with two more binders, which go towards the legs, because the legs have peg point here. That you can see right there. That attaches two more binders, and those two binders also have a minigun and a rocket launcher, I'm pretty sure. Because I remember that. I didn't buy it, which I'm kind of sad for myself because I didn't buy it because it would have been great. Trying to find it now is going to be horrible. Thankfully speaking, it's not like I need the miniguns because I do have a bunch of options at miniguns that I do have. But overall, if you ever consider getting the Kampfer Amazing, just know there's an option set for it that gives you extra loadout and whatnot. So look at that. It might be a little bit expensive, but if you go to some other websites, you might be able to find it. Maybe able to get it for cheap. Now that's the accessories. Now let's go with the articulation for the Kampfer Amazing. And we're back, and let's do the articulations for the Kampfer Amazing. First things first, let's go with the head right here. The head is actually able to spin around because it is on a ball joint, but it's a little bit hard, and the head can be removed right here because the headpiece right there is in case you want to move the stickers and whatnot to make it move left to right. What's it called? It can be on there. The head can go a little bit back and forth. Give me 1 second. The head can go back and forth, but that's pretty much it. Can wiggle a little bit. Just be careful because the head does pop off when you move around it. And since this is technically still based on the old Kampfer kit, you can move left and right. This is on the stick joints, like how the older kits are. So, what's it called? No ball joint there. So, I mean, still movability is still great because of how it's designed on the shoulder pads right here. So I was able to still move left and right, no problem at all. I was able to go down a little bit. I will say its shoulder spikes can move, so it gives a little bit more up and up in case you need to, unless you want to take that off, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can take this off if you want to, just to make it go a little bit more. Then with the cold, his arm's able to spin, no problem at all. Reverse the shoulder joint how it used to be. And I'm pretty sure this guy's on a single joint, but his arm's able to go all the way there, no problem at all. Hand, like we saw before, spin around, no problem at all. Go wiggle, wiggle. See there. Overall, not bad at all, especially for older kit. Now, it does have an amp joint, I will say that. It's a Xeon machine. It can move around, no problem at all. It could spin. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I find it funny that a lot of the older Xeon kits, even the Bill Fighter ones that are based on it, can have ab joints just because, and not some of the Federation ones like the gyms, which I do kind of find funny because I have a lot of old gyms that I've yet to review that don't have this, but a lot of the Xeon ones can. And then the legs, they're on ball joints, so sadly, this is as far as you're going to get with them. Can't really do much. But because the Kampfer doesn't have back skirts, I can move all the way up. All the way towards the back. But because this little piece of thruster right here kind of blocks it, so it can't go all the way up as we want. But it's fine. Then he's able to go all the way here. But it's kind of blocked once again by this little thruster point. I mean, if I were to remove this thruster, probably go a little bit more, but not too much because it is on a single knee joint there. And then the feet, it's on a ball joint, so it can go back and forth, no problem at all. And then wiggle, wiggle. What's it called? I'm pretty sure it can spin, but once again, the Kampfer's armor joints here kind of block it from spinning around, so it can only wiggle, wiggle all the way. Overall, articulation isn't bad, despite the fact that it's an older kit based on also an older kit. But overall, pretty decent articulation. Now let's go with the end. If Kampfer decides to stay in a good pose for me. And we're back, and we're going to do some size comparisons. And first things first, because technically he's right next to my shop, but it's also because I was trying to work on him. We have my GS Gundam. Now you're probably wondering, because I did mess up with my buddy trying to figure out what the hell is the GS Gundam. This right here is the ground type S, or ground type, Gundam ground type S type from Molsu Gundam Thunderbolt. As we did review the Atlas Gundam last time, and I was going to review him next, but I was trying to find parts for him, the rest of his parts. Almost found all of them. But let's do side by side. As you can see right there, the Kampfer is still a little bit taller because, as you should know, most Xeon suits are usually taller than most Federation machines. Going from the GS Gundam, we have my Gundam Estrella Type F with a different loadout because, what's it called, I did not fix the rest of the loadout for here. Still taller, like I said before. All the Xeon machines are still taller than most Federation machines and Gundams. Then we have my Ashtray inversion, which is also smaller too. Kampfer's still technically bigger than most of these guys. And let's go with another Gundam Bill Fighters kit that I do have technically next to it. We have the Gundam X Mao, and let's also be honest, a lot of the Afterwar X machines are technically very small and tiny. The only reason why the Gundam X Mao is slightly taller is for the solar system backpack just sliding out of the edge. But if we're going to go with machines, Kampfer's still technically taller. But we're going to go with tall machines to see something that actually technically beats it. Let's go with my narrative C-type, which actually does etch out the Kampfer being a little bit taller just because this is also based on the new Gundam. Well, technically speaking, the narrative is technically the predecessor to new. But that's a story for another day. But overall, Kampfer machine is just a little bit edging taller than most Gunpla. Oh wait, we still forgot one more. The always trusting and the mascot of the channel, my Gundam Stray Custom, with the Kampfer just slightly edging it off. And the only reason why it might be just barely there is because the backpack beam sabers just making it slightly taller. But with that out of the way, let's go with the final thoughts for the Kampfer Amazing. And we're back, and let's go with the final thoughts for the Kampfer Amazing. Overall, still pretty great kit. This thing right here is a 10-year-old kit that's also based on an older model kit, but besides that, it still holds up to this day aesthetically. Design work is still pretty great. Detail work is still good despite being old high grade. What's it called? Its weaponry loadout, it's still pretty great. I will say that it still comes with a vast array of weaponry that's basically a modular system that can transform from short range to mid range to long range. It's also got 2 binder containers that you can put your weaponry in there. You want to store them in so you don't have them on the weapon or on the model kit in case you don't want to keep it out there and lose them or whatnot. It also comes with 2 close range knives that can be stored into the sides of the waist, hip, whatever you call the Kampfer's torso. What's it called? I will say when I did build this, it did have a sticker sheet, which is a pretty big sticker sheet. All the yellow parts that you see around there are stickers. What's it called? So just know that. So in case you don't want to use the sticker sheet, you can paint all that yellow or whatnot. But just warning you there. What's it called? Articulation could be better. I will say that it's still a very old kit, so it's still got ball joints. Its arms are stick joints, but it's still able to do a little bit poses and whatnot. So it's still able to do that. Not all of them, but still got a good amount that can do. What's it called? Price range for this, if I remember correctly, was around $18, and you're able to go to some good reputable sites. You probably could still find it at that price. But overall, if you see the Kampfer Amazing, I say I would recommend it. I would get it. It's an old kit, but it's one of those kits that you probably won't see again, and it's a good rare one, in my opinion. But with that out of the way, that is the review for the Kampfer Amazing, a very nice old model kit of mine. And if you like the video, please leave it like, comment, subscribe. I always appreciate it. And as always, folks, is I, Barton, saying out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.